Well, Dean, a spring in everyone's step this week after that terrific last-ditch victory on Saturday, I'm sure.
I think getting a win in the dying seconds of a game is always a bit euphoric for everyone, and you know, it's a big win going into the next fixture or two. You know, so after the game, I think I said it wasn't probably deserved, and a draw was probably a fair result. And then you watch the game back, and although we were average on the day, we've created the better chances. You know, Connor's had a really good chance. Ghazi's had a really good chance from the rebound. Ghazi's had a header. John McGinn's had a chance that Wes has blocked. He's put a shot. He's put one over as well. So we had a number of chances in the game, and for all Brighton's play, they didn't really trouble Tom Heaton too much.
Norwich, you were very convincing, ruthless even, weren't you, in the clinical way you took the chances. Brighton was a different type of victory. Was it just as satisfying from a manager's point of view?
It wasn't at the end. I was still a little bit angry about it and aggrieved about some decisions that had gone on in the game. But you know, I think Jack had told my wife to tell me to chill and enjoy the win. And I said to him, I'm always after perfection, and so I was disappointed just with our display in general. But by Saturday night, I'd calmed down and had a glass of wine with the wife, and certainly enjoyed and revelled in winning back-to-back wins in the Premier League, because it's tough to win one game, let alone two on the spin.
Yeah, I saw a tweet from a fan, and it said that they thought VAR stood for Villa are robbed, but you know, and it does feel like that at the moment, doesn't it? But I guess, you know, it's here to stay, and you just have to hope that the decisions sort of level themselves out over the course of the season. Yeah, I mean,
but the whole reason it's here is because it's, you know, got the technology to help us right the wrong decisions. But we're sat here and there's so many inconsistencies with it. You know, we've got David Coote refereeing the game. He decides that Conor Hurrihan's is a goal, and we go upstairs, and Martin Atkinson is probably a more senior referee than David Coote, and he disallows the goal for what he deems a foul. You know, it has to be clear and obvious is what the criteria is for these decisions, and for me it wasn't clear and obvious, so the goal should have stood. And then it's funny because I went to watch Man United versus Liverpool the following day, and the roles were reversed. David Coote was the VAR official, and Martin Atkinson was the referee, and he deemed it not a foul, and Man United went on and scored, and David Coote didn't overrule, you know, for the foul on Origi.
Emotion is so important in the game as well, isn't it? And that outpouring of it when a goal goes in, from your point of view, the players, the fans, everyone watching, and it's interesting, isn't it, how that's an issue at the moment, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I think my opinion on VAR at the moment, just on our experience, is that it's being used to negate things. It's too negative. You know, we're having to wait before we can celebrate. There's been no penalties given, I don't believe, so far, and it's usually goals chalked off rather than, you know, anything given for. So, you know, we've all seen. We weren't the only game where there was questionable decisions on VAR, and we knew that it would have teething problems, you know, and hopefully PGMOL can rectify it.
I gather a few of the senior lads played for the under-23s last night in a win at Villa Park. Did they come through that okay?
Yeah, they did. It was important that a few of them got to play. I think you're only allowed to play 3 over-age players and a goalkeeper. Callie's not had minutes for a while, so he played. James Chester, you know, needed minutes on his comeback. He's lost, you know, an hour against Manchester United a couple of weeks ago. Courtney Howes, he was off with mumps a few weeks ago, so he's back, and managed to get him 90 minutes, and Jonathan Codger 80 minutes as well. So really good, and you know, that'd be good experience for the under-23s, having some of the more senior pros playing with them as well. So you know, they got a good win last night. I thought we struggled a little bit first half, but second half I thought showed more of what we're about.
You need people fit, don't you, for what is a monumental week coming up. I mean, how about that? Manchester City and Liverpool, and sandwiched in between the huge League Cup tie against Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I looked at the fixtures, and you know, starting with the Brighton game, I think we had 4 games in 15 days. So, you know, it becomes a squad game. you know, and there's some really tasty games coming up. You know, really looking forward to going to Manchester City and pitting ourselves against Pep Guardiola's team, you know, the champions, and then you know, a big Carabao Cup game against Wolves, and I believe they've sold out all their tickets. I think they've got the upper and lower north stand, so be a really good atmosphere at that game, and you know, we've come through comfortably in the first 2 rounds, and we want to continue, you know, these club's fine tradition in the League Cup.
We've talked a lot about the likes of Tyrone Mings for England and his club, Jack Grealish's brilliant form, and John McGinn, but Matt Targett grabbed some headlines with his late goal. You've got to be really pleased with how he's developing and how he's broken into the team and kept his place.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I went with Neil Taylor first, and I think it caused a few eyebrows raised because they thought I'd brought Matt Targett into for the left back slot, but no, I mean, I want my positions to be competitive, and Neil Taylor didn't deserve to lose that place, and Matt will be the first to admit he needed to work hard in pre-season to get himself up to full speed, and Neil Taylor didn't do an awful lot wrong in the games. I thought he played very well, and he was harshly left out for, I think it was the Burnley game, which was Matt's first game. You know, and Matt's played well since then. But it's good that I've got Neil Taylor that's pushed him all the time, because, you know, he's not let me down, Neil, at all since I've been here.
Tom Heaton is looking as solid as you thought he'd be as well.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he'd have preferred a few more clean sheets. Certainly the Norwich one where he deserved it, but I thought he was really good on Saturday. Made a really good save when Connolly went through, which could have made it 2-0, although looking back at it, Connolly was offside at the time. You know, he looks calm, he looks composed, and he looks safe. And, you know, that's what we wanted to bring in. We wanted that calmness and the authoritative senior figure there, and he's certainly not disappointed, you know, on and off the pitch, because off the pitch as well as on, he's a big presence for the lads.
And you talked about the competition for places there. It's healthy, and I think we've witnessed it with the impact the subs are making as well, because they really did make a difference. You can sense the likes of Trezeguet and everyone else, Keenan Davis, who nearly scored, who are coming on. They're really pushing their claims and creating some competition. Yeah,
I mean, the good thing is, by having that really competitive squad, you can look over your shoulder now and know you can change the game, and that's what the players are doing. You know, Douglas came off the bench and scored against Norwich. Trez, I thought, made a real impact when he came on, as you said, Keenan Davis as well. So, you know, we've done it at Crystal Palace. Henry scored a good goal that got disallowed. So we've got a lot of good players in the squad now, and the hardest job for me is actually leaving players out of the squad. You know, players like Almo, who started the season, has done really well in the cup games, which he's captained for us. And, you know, unfortunately, the last couple of games, I've had to leave him off the bench because we've had 2 defenders, Courtney Howe's another one at the moment. So the numbers are there, and what they have to do is keep him pressing in training, and the 23s games or the bounce games that we have at Bodymore Heath, and you know, pushing the players in there who've got the shirts at the moment.
Yeah, you've got the ones who are grabbing the glory, but you've got the unsung heroes as well, haven't you? You know, the likes of Bjorn Engels, who we've not really discussed that much, have we? But he's slotted in, and a lot of these guys are new to English football and Premier League football.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Bjorn's come in new to Premier League football, new to English football, but you know, he's played Champions League football before. We knew what an asset he would be. I suppose he's probably surprised a lot of people how seamless he's stepped in, and how consistent his performances have been. But you know, we felt that he would be an asset by bringing him in, and he's proving that at the moment. And you know, a lot of them are marvellous. Nakamba, he's getting better. You know, a lot of the players who were brought in are improving us.